Folks, we are out walking again. Walking the neighborhood. Walk around, see if anybody still trick or treats. So let's get busy. Let's get to walking. Let's get the chat on all messages so we don't miss anybody. And let's get the old jacket zipped up because it's getting cold already. It's getting chilly already. There we go. Thought I'd broken a zipper already. Brand new jacket. All right, now we're going. Now we're off and running. Three people came in and peeked, but they ran away. What are you gonna do? People come in and peek and they run away. Can't do a thing about it. There's a neighborhood kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. You see him over there on the rock? Hi, kitty kitty. Hello, kitty. There's a little kitty cat. Doesn't want to talk to me, though. Let's go back in the neighborhood and risk disconnection. To walk a little bit in the neighborhood and see if anybody's out petitioning houses for candy tonight. I don't know if anybody even still does that anymore. Oh, there's a bunch of beer cans. That's always nice. Walking through the park, heading for the little fence to the rich neighborhood. We're only divided by a fence, folks. The $2 million homes and the crappy Section 8 housing. Only a little fence. Easy to duck under. Well, let's go that way and see if in the well-to-do neighborhoods kids still walk around and knock on doors to get candy. If they do it anywhere, they're going to do it in the more upscale neighborhoods, I would say. It's still really wet back here. Like there's still puddles of water. And we had a nice dry day. It actually got pretty warm today. Got up to around 70. I bundled up, coat, gloves, hat. When I went to work this morning, and by 11 o'clock, I put them away. Pretty crazy. Hopefully we don't lose connection. Tend to lose connection a lot when I go back in this neighborhood, but we'll try to walk back out of it instead of deep into it this time. We won't walk too deep into the neighborhood, and hopefully with any luck, we'll maintain our connection. We'll maintain our connection, hopefully. There's someone waiting to give out candy. Nobody walking around getting it yet, that I see. Hi, Pine Bark 10. Welcome back. Good to have you here. We are heading out in the neighborhood. The grand experiment. Does anybody still go out and trick or treat? There's somebody waiting for trick or treaters. It's about 6:30 here. It's about 30 minutes before dark. Maybe I'm out too early. But I think with children, you'd probably want them doing this right, before dark. I don't know. It's been so long. That's why we're out here going through a neighborhood, just checking it out. The dog's barking. There's that. It's always fun. From what I understand, there's a lot of places do through church groups, school groups, whatever, do these things called trunk or treat. And they all gather in parking lots and put a bunch of candy in their trunks, and kids go from car to car and get candy. Trunk or treat. It's a thing, folks. We used to brave the cold and actually knock on people's doors to get candy. And you could get quite a haul back in the day. You could fill that little pumpkin up with a bunch of stuff. Good stuff. Lots of sweets. All right, we're going to turn this way tonight. Try to stay in the better reception area. So I try to walk up this really massive hill up here. Although I do see somebody walking, I don't know if they're in a costume or not. But we shall see. Let's investigate. Looks like an older person, not someone that would be out looking for candy. Maybe they're just like me and just out walking for exercise. And then there's a car coming with the hazard lights going. That's interesting. Here's that huge estate we walk by sometimes. There's a bunny rabbit out there, a couple of bunny rabbits. Squirrel running by. Huge, huge lawn. It's like an estate, really. See the bunny rabbit? There he is by the tree. There's his buddy. Two bunnies. No bunny likes Halloween like bunnies. Yes, Pine Bark, it is Tulsa. We are in southwest Tulsa. On the east side of the river, but still the southwest part of the town. City. Southwest part of the city, for sure. We are walking on, I believe this is 45th, but I could be wrong, might be 47th. Let's look up here. And Yorktown Avenue, south. Yep, 47th, I was right the second time. 47th Street. It's actually 42nd Street, it's a song, but this is actually 47th Street and Yorktown. So now you know exactly where I am. And there is a really, really huge house. A really big yard right there. This house being renovated by Foes. Make your home a place where friends and family love to be. Foes. Looks like they're they're renovating. That's not new build, but that's another mansion back there. All gated off. Jordan and Sons, Custom Homes and Remodels. Was there once in Tulsa. I hope for pleasure, not for a bad time. This is 47th Street going towards Lewis. Has a very, very large hill in front of me. Not sure why I chose to go this way, but wasn't my best moment. Wasn't the smartest choice ever. This is a really tall hill. But oh well, may as well get the hill out of the way, right? Some nice houses back here. Just curious if anybody's trick-or-treating them. Like I said, I may be too early. We'll try some other neighborhoods. See if kids are walking around down there. We will walk up Lewis tonight and go up by Carl Albert High School. See if they're doing anything for the Halloween. They might have a football game. That'd be kind of fun. Walk through there if they're having a football game on campus. Might be kind of fun. We will see. And we just hit the hill, and my God, it's a steep one. I see a car at the top of the hill. seemingly just parked in the road. I'll let you know when I get there. How long do you walk? I've walked as far as, my longest walk is 12.4 miles. Sometimes I only walk 3 or 4. So anywhere between there, 3 miles and 12 miles. 1 hour to over 4 hours. Depends on how I, sometimes I just start walking and then you gotta walk back. Oh, yep, sure enough, trick-or-treaters. There they are. They're being driven around in a car, and I can see them right now returning to the car with their goodies. So they're driving around getting the treats. Your walk starts off with a big hill. Yeah, this is a really steep hill. Oh my gosh, look at all kinds of little costumes. Yeah, we're just following with the car. I get it. We're just following with the car. I get it. Oh, there's some Halloween decoration. Look at that yard. There's a pumpkin with a shark on top of it. And we got a little Lilo and Stitch guy next to a pirate ship. You're a pirate, yar. And a nondescript ghost at the end there, green ghost. So yeah, there's some people out here trick-or-treating. They went up to that house and got some goodies. You find out how bad out of shape you are when you do a steep one. Take my dog with me so it is even more work. Yeah, I got you. You can hear I'm huffing and puffing a little bit. That was a big hill. That was a big old hill. Still got good connection, so I think I made a good choice going this way. People got lights on, so I think they're open to trick-or-treaters around here, which makes sense. I mean, this is a high-class neighborhood, very expensive houses. They're gonna do the activity. Yep, there's some down there gathering candy already. And these looks like a lot of people just drive up to the house nowadays, get the kiddos out of the car and get the candy and go back to the car, as opposed to walking the whole neighborhood. Another one up in front of me. Get the candy, run back to the car, drive to the next house. So that's the new way to do it, the 21st century way. We get out of the car, go up to the house, get the candy, go back to the car, drive to the next house. When I was a kid, man, we just walked around in the cold in our crappy little costumes and trick or treat, begged for candy. My, how things have changed. They're having fun. They're having fun, one house at a time. Look at that. When we walked the whole Mill Village. Yeah, I mean, you could be out there about 3 hours getting candy, and you got a bunch of stuff. Bunch of goodies. We weren't messing around, man. We were out there for volume. It wasn't about quality, it was about quantity. I want the most candy, and I want it now. We were running from house to house, trying to get as many houses as possible. Late 80s and early 90s, absolutely. For me, more like mid 70s to mid 80s would have been my trick-or-treating window. Really mid 70s to early 80s. I went to college in 84, so I don't think I was still trick-or-treating in the mid 80s. How about just the 70s? 1970, I would have been turning 6. I was probably already out trick-or-treating by then. Let's try this little neighborhood across the street. See if we got any trick-or-treaters out. Quickly get across the street here. Don't bother me. There's no crosswalk. Nothing I could do. There we go. Garage sale this way. So there's that. What was your major? I majored in music performance as an undergraduate. And I kind of got most of a music education degree, but decided pretty early on I didn't want to be a band director. At least not a high school level band director. I did eventually go back and get a master's in conducting, but thinking I could be a director of bands for a university somewhere, and it's never really panned out. It was always music. Very first year I tried computer science and music. I thought I'd double major. Yeah, that didn't work out. I ended up spending all my time in the music building practicing. Dropped the computer science pretty quickly. I think that lasted one semester. Do I play guitar too? Not really. I mean, I know a few chords. I can play single line stuff okay, but guitar is not really my instrument. I can play campfire guitar. That's not really impressive to anybody. As long as it's a key of C or G or D, I'm golden. Michael row the boat ashore, man, I'm all over that. I'm a really good bass guitar player, not so much six-string regular guitar, not my bag. Looks like we might have a Halloween party going on up here. I hear a lot of kids playing. Yep, they got a bouncy thing. Got a big old bouncy slide in the backyard. And we got a party going on, folks. Yeah, a lot of kids out there playing volleyball now. And you see the bouncy slide. I don't want to intrude on them too much. But just as we're walking by, I noticed, hey, there's a party going on over here. Halloween party. That's one way to do it. Just get all the kids together in somebody's house and have a private party. No danger walking around strange people's houses. We're going to turn it up here and we're going to head over to 41st Street and see what's going on at Thomas Edison High School. I said Carl Albert earlier. It's actually Edison High School. Edison Preparatory Academy. Excuse me. Don't want to sell them short. Yeah, look back here. They're having a nice volleyball game and bouncy slide. All kinds of stuff. There's a trampoline going. Kids playing, having fun. Fun night for everybody. Fun night for Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Nightmare Before Christmas, anyone? Oh. This is so strange. There's a cul-de-sac there, and the backs of the houses are up to this street. It's really weird looking. And it's gated. I guess the people that live in there have a remote control to this gate so I can get in and out. I don't know. It seems weird. They're all lit up, ready for trick-or-treaters. You can always tell the houses that are receptive because they're all lit up. Porch is lit. Inviting for the children to come up and ask for the candy. Other houses are dark. They're like, no, we're not giving away any candy here. Got somebody checking their directions right here. Another house looks like they're ready for kids to come trick-or-treating. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're stopping and getting candy. That's the way we do it now. It smells solvent. Somebody's painting or cleaning something. Paint solvent, very strong. Uh-oh, signal's going down. Hopefully I don't get one of those neighborhoods where you don't get any signal anymore. Don't want that to happen. Give me back some bars, folks. Keep the bars going strong. I think we're still on 47th Street. We haven't turned. We just went straight across Lewis there. So I'm going to say this is probably 47th in Birmingham. Oh, we got the parent with the costume on too. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. There's some kids walking around. There's a parent in costume. Little containers in tow for candy. Do you carry something to defend yourself? I do not, Pine Bark. I'm not packing. I'm perfectly comfortable walking around without a weapon. If you get to sketchy places, I do get to some sketchy places sometimes, but you just quicken your pace and you just don't make eye contact. I'm fine. I haven't had any issues, and I've been doing this for months. Of course, I say that, and I'll have an issue, but if it happens, it happens. For an older guy, I can probably hand-to-hand just fine defend myself. I'm not going to defend myself. I got a gun or a knife, but if something happens, it happens. Oh well. I'm not going to live my life in fear. Besides, it's a pretty friendly place. Most people here are pretty darn friendly. I think we're going to go straight. They're building some new houses here, which the coolest thing, they have pictures up with what the house is going to look like when it's done. So I've like the architectural drawings while they're building the house up on the sign. It says, call this number for if you're interested, kind of thing. I think that's pretty cool. Here's the building of the house that's going to be here in a few months. If you're interested in buying it, call us. Oh, so now we're heading north on Birmingham here towards the school, and we're going to see if Edison's playing a home game. If they are, it could be pretty exciting to walk through there. Meanwhile, we're still looking for trick-or-treaters. See, this house looks dark. It looks like they're not prepared with candy. What's the cost of living there? Pretty darn low. I mean, this is a nicer neighborhood. Oh, got kids running across the lawn now. Shh, quiet. Kids, they're running up to the door. It's a gaggle of them, folks. They travel in packs. They might knock me over for some candy. Lots of them running. That's what we used to do. Run from house to house. Get as much candy as you can get. That's the trick. Get as much as you can get in a couple hours. And don't leave the little one behind. Don't leave the little one behind. Oh yeah, look up ahead of me. We got tons of people walking around up here. It must be because it's getting a little darker. It's getting a little later. So now more of them are getting out trick-or-treating, because if you look ahead, it looks like a block party. Bunch of people walking around. So yeah, I guess we've answered our question. Some people still do trick-or-treat. They still hit up the houses for candy. Like I said, you can really tell the ones that are receptive to it are all lit up, and the ones not so receptive to it are dark. And don't knock on my door. I don't have any candy. Cost of living is very reasonable here, Pine Bark. It's a good place to live. Smell something burning. Somebody's grilling or got a bonfire going or something. Got a bonfire going or something. Older kids must be ruffians. Probably the parents of that pack that was running back down there. Whole gaggle of kids, and that's probably their parents chasing behind slowly. Yeah, right up here, there's like a block party here. Asked me for candy. I didn't carry any candy with me. Working on deciding their next move, looks like. Still got decent signal. I think we're going to be okay tonight. I always got to watch my phone, make sure I'm not walking to where there's no cell service. Dang thing will just go off. It's 6:52 now. It's getting pretty dark. Of course, it's also overcast, so that's not helping. Gets dark a lot quicker when it's cloudy. This is the place to be if you're trick. This is the street, folks. This is the street for trick or treating. Lots of folks on it. These poor homeowners are probably gonna go broke on candy. Service all these children. A bunch of them, all looking for your candy. Lots of them out today. Didn't think we'd see this many. I thought we might see a few, but there's a gaggle of folks. Lots of them looking for your candy. Yep, coming back from the porch. Parents are waiting on the street. It's a way to do it. Looks like someone coming by in a little golf cart here. Got some fairies, got Princess. These folks rolling around. Got folks rolling around in a golf cart, giving out candy. Parents walking far behind. Parents far behind, keeping an eye on them. So at least in this neighborhood, yes, they still trick or treat here. But it seems like a lovely neighborhood, so I'm not surprised. Still walking up Birmingham, heading towards 41st, almost there. Almost there, yeah. You can see that porch there, ready for kids to walk up. Hoping for more decorations. Not a lot of people back here decorated their homes. I was hoping we'd see some big light displays, Halloween pumpkins, inflatable ghosts, that kind of thing. Spider webs, you know. Figured we'd see a lot of that. Haven't seen much. Haven't seen much of it. And I'll keep you advised. Oh, sure is a nice night out. It's low 60s, really no wind at all. I've got my coat zipped up, but I really don't need it. I'd be fine in my t-shirt and shorts tonight. I've got my gloves on hand in case. You never know how fast the temperature's gonna drop, especially doing these longer walks, which we need to. We've done really short walks all week. Let's go down this way towards the school, see what's going on down here. Now these folks have some more like Christmas lights out on the porch. I think they're just saying, yeah, come here and you can, there's a haunted tree though, with moving branches. That's scary. Haunted tree, scary stuff. We're now heading east on what is probably 43rd or 42nd Street to the next little street down here. Just wanted to get a little review of everything around. This is also Birmingham. It's probably Birmingham Place and Birmingham Avenue, or Birmingham if you prefer. Oh, there's something going on in the driveway. Some folks. Oh, I'm good, thank you. I'm just walking around enjoying the trick-or-treating. No, thank you. I just ate. Appreciate it though. It's nice of you. You too. Y'all hanging out all night? Just
Don't be a buzz killer. Let me give you a hot dog.
No, I couldn't possibly. The semaglutide was going to keep me from eating anymore. Some nice folks there wanted to give me a sausage. But, we're going to keep on walking. That's a little different. Adults having fun. Probably had to do a little drinking there, but that's all right. Nice folks. Nice folks offering me a plate. Let's get on up here to the top of this hill. This seems to be a pretty busy street up here. I saw another couple cars going by. See where we are, get our bearings. I think we're getting pretty close to the high school. This is Columbia Drive. And again, I think it's either 42nd or 43rd, because we're pretty darn close to 41st. Still good signal. That street looks dark as fuck. Yeah. Still no sidewalks. That says 44th in Columbia. I wasn't even close, folks. 44th in Columbia. We got a ways to go still to get to 41st. We got some lit up porches. We got some folks ready to get candy takers. But yeah, no sidewalks. Of course, kids don't mind walking in the grass. I don't really want to trample on people's lawns. I'll just walk against traffic down here in the street. It is pretty dark, but it's a dark, gloomy night. You can see the clouds up there. It's been overcast since about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Had some clouds move in. I don't think there's any threat of rain tonight, but it's cloudy, and that's making it darker than usual. I don't see any trick-or-treaters from where I am now, but probably some out there. Like I said, the street's pretty dark. It's hard to see what's going on till you get right on it. That was crazy. Those people giving away food. Just having a big little party in their driveway. Some adult friends and some adult beverages and some sausages. Looks like we might have another one coming up here. Bunch of adults hanging around. I think they're planning their attack. That's what this is. They're planning the attack. Where we're going to go, where we're going to meet up. So it's all adults, folks. It's all adult folks. The kiddos are getting ready in their costumes. They're getting ready to go out and get the candy. Again, I think I might just be a little early tonight. When we walk back, maybe we'll see some more folks. May the gods of creation protect you. Thank you. I don't really buy the whole gods of creation story, but thank you anyway. I appreciate the sentiment. Now up ahead, I see looks like a movie playing on a garage door or something. It's some kind of movie playing, projected onto something. This looks interesting. Again, I haven't seen a ton of elaborate Halloween displays, which is honestly kind of surprised me. These higher dollar neighborhoods, you'd think there'd be at least a few houses with a whole bunch of pumpkins or something. Let's see what's going on with this movie up here. I don't know if you can see it on my screen yet, but up there where those lights are, the red and green lights, there's a movie being projected onto something, maybe on the side of the house. It's really interesting. Probably a horror flick. Let's go check it out. Looks like somebody's out here waiting for the trick-or-treaters, watching TV on the garage, projected onto the garage. Can't really tell what it is, but it's a movie of some kind. Very interesting. It's got the garage door down and projecting on it. Watching TV. That's cool. This guys, this already 41st? I don't feel like I walked 3 streets there. I think it's got to be. All this traffic, yeah, this is definitely 41st Street. It's one of the main east-west roads down here. 41st, 51st, 31st, you know, it's how the city's organized. Those are the main streets. And this is definitely 41st in Columbia. We're going to take a turn to the east and walk on down to the high school, which is just a little ways up. Watch out for cars. High school up here is Thomas Edison Preparatory Academy. It's a magnet school, folks, but then again in Tulsa, all the schools are magnet schools. You can literally send your kid to any high school in Tulsa you want to, and they'll bus them there. It's a very strange system. When it comes to athletics, it gets really weird. Two or three of the schools get all the really good athletes, and they're allowed to go totally across town to another high school and play football over there. Causes some problems, really, but it's allowed. It's the way they do here. All schools are magnet schools. Very weird. Got some activity going down that street. But we're not going to go. We're going to go on up to the high school here and see what's going on. I doubt there's a football game going on, or I'd certainly hear some crowd noise and a band playing and drums going. You know how that is, high school football night. So it looks like Edison is not at home tonight. A lot of them played their games this week on Thursday, probably for the Halloween thing. That would be a long way to walk to get some candy, all the way up to that house. But I bet they've got some. I'm walking down a sidewalk now on 41st, and there are like no trick-or-treaters out. I just find it strange. In fact, the street's pretty quiet. I'm telling you, when I was a kid, 50 years ago, 50 years ago, there would have been kids lining the street like crazy, screaming, making noise, walking around, their hand in their mom's hand or their dad walking with them and hitting every house for candy. And every house would have some. Just about. Except that crazy old guy in the neighborhood, you didn't go up to his house. But things have changed a lot in the last 50 years. There's just nobody out here on the street. Maybe they're sticking in the neighborhoods. I do see a couple walking across the street down that street. But nobody walking up and down 41st here. If there was a football game at Edison today, it would be down there, and it is dark as can be. So no football today. Or maybe they're playing it at another school. Or maybe they played last night. Or maybe they're off this week. In any case, no football game at Edison High School today. This is definitely an older building. This is a high school that's been around for quite some time. I wonder if it says when it was established somewhere on the building. I'd guess 20s or 30s, somewhere in there. This part of Tulsa would have been booming in the 20s and 30s. So it makes sense they'd have a high school. %70 on the old battery. We're doing fine there tonight. Got really good reception. So thank you for the 6 of you joining me tonight. If you want to chat, nothing's stopping you. You can say hi in the chat there. And let me know what you're up to tonight on this Halloween evening. I'm walking around to check on the status of trick-or-treating in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and honestly, it's a little dismal. There's just not a lot of people participating that I can see so far. Like I said, 50 years ago, I guarantee you there have been kids all up and down this sucker. I'm surprised there's not some kind of trunk or treat event going on at the high school here. Maybe there is down here. Some cars I see. The story that was on the news about the superintendent of education was hilarious. You mean in Oklahoma, Pine Bark? Was it David Walters, I think? Yeah, that guy's a kook. That guy's a kook. 63 degrees, it says on the sign there. 10/31/2025. Thomas A. Edison, the Eagles, folks. Preparatory school. They're the Eagles, Edison Eagles. And they are not playing football here tonight. That looks like a lunchroom right there. Circulation. Maybe it's a library. Probably a library. Edison Preparatory School. Doesn't say anything about when it was established. It's too bad. I'm curious now. I guess I could Google it later. See when Thomas Edison Preparatory School was established. Maybe it hasn't always been Thomas Edison Preparatory School. Maybe it's another name. Who knows? But their school colors are green and white for sure, and they are the Eagles. They were around when I was in high school because we played them in football. When I went to Ponca City, we played Tulsa Edison. Got our asses beat too. It's about every year, as I can recall. Yeah, it sounded like David Walters, superintendent of education. I think he wound up getting fired. Somebody saw porn on his office computer. Imagine that. Imagine that, a right-wing Republican being found out to be a sleazeball, watching porn at work. I think he got fired over that, or he resigned, or whatever. However they want to put it this year, There's a few cars here. Maybe just people, maybe it's just a meeting place for some people going trick-or-treating. Doesn't seem to be any kind of event, which again surprises me. You'd think there'd be something going on at the school for Halloween, but maybe not. Oh, you Googled it, 1954. There you go. It looks older. I guess it's kind of got that 50s vibe about it. School looks older than that, but how would you know, really? Yeah, I'm either too early or too late, because it's crazy. There's no kids out walking around getting candy. Back in the neighborhoods, I saw some, but not a lot. How far? I'm going to check my straw. Sorry, I hate that it pauses you like that. We've got a little over 2 miles logged in. We'll probably walk about 5 tonight, this feels like. Feels like a 5-mile night. Go home, go to bed. I got to work in the morning. Got to open, in fact. I got to be there at 7:15. Man, I'm tired of walking 6 days a week already. I was up to about 52 and a half hours when I clocked out today, and I'm going to do a 10 tomorrow. So there you go. I'll be around 63. So God knows I won't get out exactly 10. I'll have to be there another 15, 20 minutes. So let's say 63 hours this week. I think I'm just going to walk on up to Harvard, which is at the top of this next hill, and walk on back down Harvard because I got sidewalks that way, and walk back down Skelly. Have us a little stop at the Quick Trip, get us a lovely beverage, maybe some coffee, decaf, of course, or hot chocolate. They might have hot chocolate. That hit the spot. This is 41st, heading east. We're going to Harvard Avenue, and then we're going to turn back south. Dang, hope you get overtime. Yeah, I don't get overtime. I'm salaried, but they still keep track of my hours for some stupid reason, I guess. So when I clock in and out, it shows me my total hours for the week. Guess they want to ensure I'm there an adequate amount of hours, but I'm salaried, so it doesn't really matter. Just doing what I need to do to keep the store running. We got a new manager this week. He seems like a decent guy. Pulled a guy up from Okmulgee who's running that store to come run my store. And like I say, he seems like a decent guy. Seems like somebody I can walk with. Oh, well, we got some kiddos getting some candy. Another group driving in the car. They get in the car and drive from house to house, get out and get the candy. That's just not the way we did it, man, when I was a kid. But There's a bunch of them down there, cars lined up. That seems to be the way to do it nowadays. Put your kid in the car and drive to the next house. Oh well. Nope, no overtime for me, I'm afraid. But I wouldn't worry about it. I get stupid good money for what I do. Hopefully my bosses aren't watching this stuff because, frankly, I get paid way too much. But you know, that's the deal I negotiated. So, oh well. Nobody out here walking on 41st. That's just odd to me. I guess they don't walk from house to house. They drive. Weird. Safer, I guess. Safer, I guess, than walking around in the dark. Like me, I'm walking around in the dark. Don't see me complaining. So yeah, we're going to walk back down Harvard. I don't think there's good sidewalks. As I recall, I think I've walked this way before and there's not much of a sidewalk to deal with. But we'll make it work somehow. Here's a little cul-de-sac, Florence Court. Look at those lovely houses. Just about 4 of them in a little cul-de-sac. Brady Bunch looking houses. Looking down the other side of the street, I don't see any trick-or-treaters. But again, they'd be hard to pick out. So I guess a mixed answer on our question tonight. Do kids still go out and trick-or-treat? I mean, yes, they do, but it's different than I remember it. It's not hand in hand walking down sidewalks, you know, running from house to house to get as much candy as you can. Those days seem to be over, at least around here. Oh, another big hill. What do we got here? A little funeral home? What the heck is this? Wellington Square. It's an office building, dental care, Source Wellness, dental, Smile Studio, Midtown Smiles, mostly dentists in there. It's a dental place. Also for lease. Another big hill. Like Robbie Battle was saying, it show us how out of shape you are when you start going up these hills. And brother, I'm there. I'm pretty out of shape. Tulsa Town Veterinarian Hospital. Microchips, baths, boardings, LG runs. I don't know what that means. Good place to take your pet. There's some folks. There's a gal back there working. The Tulsa Town Veterinary Hospital. And here on the corner, we got the Fox Cleaners. Fox Cleaners. Got a 24/7 kiosk, pick up and drop off. Got a 24/7 pickup door. This is fascinating. You can go in there and enter your information. I guess pay. So there's a little thing for your credit card. And your clothes will come out this little pickup door. How wild. That's crazy. 24/7. You can get your clothes out of there. Wow. Pretty cool. Fox Cleaners, folks. Not a sponsor. Across the street, there's a CVS pharmacy. There's a vape shop. Great Clips. They're still open. Get your Halloween haircut over there at Great Clips. James Corbett said, "Hey Todd, Stinky's in Arizona." I saw that. I saw the stream he did from Flagstaff. Or well, he said he was past Flagstaff, talking about Flagstaff. Don't trust him. Just because he says he's past Flagstaff doesn't mean he's past Flagstaff. AMCO, Total Car Care Experts, beep beep. Open? I don't think so. I don't think they're open. I think that's wrong. And over there's like I said, that vape shop. There's a Sprouts Natural Foods. It's a hippie grocery store, if you will. He did it. Well, yeah, he made it to Arizona. He proved that much because he He showed the Arizona Visitors Center, so he definitely got there. And I guess I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He made it to Flagstaff, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. And this looks like maybe the end of my sidewalk. Yeah, because right ahead of me is a grass yard. No more sidewalk. I'm going to have to try to get across the street if I want a sidewalk. And that might be a trick here. This is a really busy street, folks. At the very least, he had an adventure driving. He never left home before. That's true. It's definitely an adventure for him. Here we go. Here we go. We're running. We're running. And we're running. We ran across the street, folks. We did that. That happened. There's Sprouts Farmer Market. We're going to come over here and walk on the east side of Harvard where there's a sidewalk. Because I want a sidewalk, damn it. Now I look back and there was no, it's just a curb. Never mind. There was not a sidewalk on the other side of the street. Hopefully this one lasts. But you're right, Pine Bank. At least you had an adventure. So there is that. There is that. Bunch of office buildings here. Injury lawyers. Graves McLean. Lots of medical buildings. Equitas. For lease, quality spaces, office, medical. It's the Peachtree Square, folks. Peachtree Square. Lots of stuff to do in there. Lots of dentists. Got premium brands, whatever that is. Maple Oak Investments. I don't know about any of that. And still no trick-or-treaters, not that there would be any in this, more commercial area. I guess I should have found a better path down a back street or something. I'm kind of committed to it now. Oh well. It's all right. 44th and Harvard. We're going to head back down to 51st and turn back to the west and go home. And we are going to stop at the Quick Trip. If nothing else, to use the restroom facility there, but we'll probably get a beverage as well. A hot beverage, I think. Even though it's not freezing cold out here, it's nippy. This is, I remember this place. This was the Oklahoma Men's Clinic, is in this building. It's the first place where I got my semaglutide injections. I tried them first. And now I'm with a company called Lean Leaf. They're a little less expensive for the same stuff. For the same stuff, less expensive. It's always a good thing. But there it is, folks, Oklahoma Men's Clinic. OSU Medicine's in there. Dr. Sarah Washatka. Dr. Sarah Washatka has her office in that building. Somebody's got all the lights on. And I'm walking in the grass. Try to stay on the sidewalk there, Todd. Don't walk like you're drunk. It's downhill, so I'm stumbling a little bit. Here's Hugh McDougall, DDS Dentistry, and the Tulsa Vision Clinic, Brian Cheatham's place, Brian and Cheatham. And may have some construction on the sidewalk here, I don't know. Might not be able to walk on it for very long. No, it's good. It's just there's resodding or something. On the cusp over there across the street. There's so many dentists around here. It's like Dentist Central. It's crazy. There's a little water out on the sidewalk. I watched that. It's a little slippery. A little mud. Here's another place. Braces. Braces by Dr. C. Everything around here is teeth. On the cusp. Braces by Dr. C. Smiles Clinic. What's going on with all the tooth stuff? Let's see what their marquee says. Oh, it shows a picture of a kid with braces as low as $107 a month, 0% interest. There you go. $107 a month, as low as, which means it'll be more. It's never as low as. Oh, free consultation. There you go. Crotch Rod is here and says, imagine if Vaughn finds out he's been had, and to show everyone Vaughn is not to be messed with, gets a job, an apartment, and becomes a productive member of society. Nah, that'll never. I like the pause in there. Nah. I don't see that happening, Crotch Rod. That man is allergic to work. Will never happen. Lifestyle Medical Center, folks. More doctor's office. This is not a dentist. Living well, it says. And there's an apple. I guess the apple's like for good health or something. Redemption arc. There you go. Everybody likes a feel-good redemption story. I just don't see it happening with Vaughn. I guess some part of me felt like, oh, maybe there is somebody in Arizona to help him. Maybe he will actually get settled. Maybe something, different will happen. But that was only like 1% of the back of my brain. When all this went down, only 1% of the back of my brain really thought that might happen. 99% of the front of my brain was like, no, this is a troll in Arizona. Let's get him out there and see how it goes. Because you got to admit, folks, you're curious right now. You got to admit, you're curious, just like I am, to see how this is going to play out. What's going to happen with the quote-unquote cousin? What's going to happen, assuming it's a troll and he finds out? And what kind of rage are we going to get at him being, tricked into going to Arizona? You pushed the arc. Yeah. I did push it along a bit, didn't I? You're not wrong. I did make him, I did get him moving. That's true. That's true. I did transition from the sitting in a parking lot in Conway, Arkansas, Vaughn, to the driving down I-40 Vaughn. Making videos every couple hours. You're right, I did that. Needed a push. Yeah, he was stuck. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Needed a push. Somebody needed to push him out of there. It was getting just dreadfully boring. And if you want to call that touching the poo or whatever the thing is to say this week, fine, I'll accept that. I touched the poo and I pushed it on down the street. I rolled it on down the hill, if you will. I rolled that turd down the hill and got it going again. Okay? I did. So sue me. Maybe somebody will sue me. That'd be something, wouldn't it? So what's this lawsuit about? Your Honor, he was touching the poo. Case dismissed. That'd be something to see, wouldn't it? I mean, they tried to get the cops on me. The cops were basically apologizing to me for taking up my time. I mean, not in so many words, but, they were like, oh, you're fine. You're not doing anything illegal. We're just, checking, make sure nothing's going on. Once I explained it to him, it was pretty easy, because God knows what whoever called him told him. I'm some kind of serial killer or something. The cousin will sue you if he is... first of all, it's a she. The cousin is a she, according to Vaughn. And sue me for what? I guess. Whatever. I'm not the one who told Vaughn how to get there. I just gave him a little cash, I just gave the guy a little money. I didn't tell him to do anything for getting Vaughn there. Okay. I didn't tell him he had to go there. I didn't say, hey, I'm not going to give you money unless you fill up your gas tank and drive to Arizona. It was non-conditional. Non-conditional. Now, if I'd have met him and given him the stuff I had in my trunk and the cash, I was going to say, man, you need to I gave him these two heavy ceramic bowls with dog food and fresh water. And I said, Vaughn, you've got to make sure that dog has access to water 24/7. Put this heavy bowl in the floorboard behind your seat. Fill it with water. Check. You have to fill it just half full of water so it doesn't splash around too much. Check it every now and then. Make sure the dog's got water. That was my plan. Somebody foiled that. They scared him off and made him run away before I could give him the stuff for the dog. So, if you want to blame somebody for the dog being harmed, that's not on me, folks. I was there to help the dog. I was there to give it real food, real treats, dog treats instead of hot dogs. Things made for dogs, not food, but, treats that aren't going to hurt dogs. That's what I had. So, the dogs at least somewhat would have improved. Conditions would have improved somewhat had I been able to hand off those sacks of stuff. Which I still have, by the way, and it reminds me I need to get to the Humane Society, but I've been working every day. Haven't really had a chance. I work from 7:15 to about 6:15 every day, folks. Except Sundays. And obviously my last Sunday was a little taken with something else. So, haven't really had a chance to go to the Humane Society. Tulsa Chiropractic Associates, Tulsa Foot and Ankle, cool chiropractic. Got the All Red Law Office and Tulsa Hair Extension Pro right here at 3315 East 47th Place, Southwest Tulsa. Oh my goodness, we are walking. There's a half moon up ahead of me, or up above me. It's obscured by cloudiness, folks. We are socked in. Socked in with heavy clouds today. Up ahead, you can probably see up there McDonald's. And right after the McDonald's is my Quick Trip, where we are going to stop and use the restroom and have a lovely beverage. And it might kick me offline, so just be aware of that. But we have been going a little over an hour already. So if it kicks me offline, it kicks me offline. Sometimes when I go in the Quick Trips, especially when I go in the restroom, you lose the cell signal and no more stream for Todd. But if that happens, oh well, I apologize right now. My plan is to keep streaming. I've got 55% battery. That's pretty good. I haven't really seen trick-or-treaters since we got on this main street, but why would you, I guess? It's not really houses to go to. Again, I'm surprised there's no trunk or treat gatherings going on in apartment complexes or office spaces, something. No Halloween parties. Been a bit of a disappointment tonight. Thought I'd see a lot more activity out here. And it's just been dark and quiet. Oh well. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. At least we've had sidewalk. But that's been a relief. Not having to walk in the street for a while. Tennis courts and pickleball. I think these are actually pickleball. Pickleball's a big thing now, I hear. Across the street, we got the French Villa apartments. They're neither French nor a villa. In fact, they're kind of trashy. I looked at those sometime earlier, weeks ago, and I was not impressed. Over here is the Chesterfield. Well, that's a highbrow sounding name. They look a lot nicer. The Chesterfield. There's still no sidewalk over there, so no point in crossing yet. But I am getting close to my destination. A Quick Trip over there. French Villa, now leasing. No, thank you. I think I've found a place, actually. I think I found a place I like. Now we got sidewalks. Now we got to figure out if we can get across this thing. And I think after this car we can. Yes, we're going to start walking. Here we go. Start walking and get behind this car, and I think we're going to be golden. Yes, we are. That worked out very well. That worked out extremely well. For once. And guess what, folks? Another dentist. The Dental Depot. There's a train in front. Dental Depot. Now taking appointments. House of torture, folks. Right there. And we're going to walk by the McDonald's here on our way to the Quick Trip. Across the street's New York City Pizza, NYC Pizza. Somehow I doubt it. Somehow I doubt it's New York style pizza, but I could be wrong. I've never been there. Adults and children's emergency scene same day. Elevation 660.5 feet. I don't know if that's real or not. Are we really 660 feet above sea level there? Doesn't seem like it. I have no reason to question it, though. There's the McDonald's, folks. As you can see, like nobody sitting in there. Oh, there's a couple of people. One person, another homeless guy, Vaughn-like, and nobody else in there. People in the drive-thru, of course. There are always people in the drive-thru. We're going to get across the parking lot here. And there you see our destination, the Quick Trip. La Quick Trip. Trip quick. Quick trips. This guy's going backwards down the street. I don't know what's up with that. That's really weird. Must have decided he wanted to go into Quick Trip. Or turn around. I don't know. Something weird. All right, folks. Nobody talking anyway, so I guess I'm going to get off here. And finish up my walk, listening to some music tonight. You all take care. The folks that chatted tonight, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you keeping me company. We didn't see a lot of trick-or-treating, but we saw some. So, half here, half there, I guess. Anyway, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.